Hey guys, today begin your update here on Gary's Polymoog, and of course this video is for Gary. This is part 2 of this series. I have not started the restoration yet, mainly been working on getting everything functional before the teardown. When the teardown comes, I'll actually be replacing commonly failed parts and op amps that commonly drop out, capacitors, the works. Right now I'm just trying to get everything working because it makes the restore a lot easier when everything's working before you tear it down. So anyways, just a little overview of what I've done so far is, if you remember from my last videos, this thing was missing a whole lot of notes. There's some notes that was sustained due to one oscillator not being referenced in the mod card. On these, when the oscillators are locked together, one's slaved together, so when you lose a particular waveform, it also affects your actual VCA of the individual cards, the mod cards. Turned out to be dividers. You actually had 8 bad dividers, and what I did, I used the ones I commonly use, which are the ones made by Flat Keys, and I've been using these things for years. Ever since I started Polymoog restorations in my bedroom, I've been using those kind of replacements. They got a better voltage tolerance and everything compared to the actual original 5823s, so they're more stable. So fix that. And the other issue was, if you remember from my last video, that we had volume problems. I had to turn the amp up very, very loud to get any kind of sound out of this thing, and I had got looking at the boards and realized that A1 was missing. So I did some things on this board. I actually replaced A1 with a brand new chip, LF353, and got everything back working, but it had issues, and I think I know why they pulled this chip. This thing had a lot of noise in this filter circuit, and what I had found was that you had several problems going on, and I'll show you exactly what kind of was going on here. I can show you in the schematics better than I can on this board. So let me go over here to the schematics, and I'll show you exactly what was going on. So anyways, the LF353 missing was affecting the volume big time, because if you look here, this is actually the A1 that was missing, and it's actually part of your summing network for your octaves, and right here's your direct output on the line coming out of it. So with him missing, there's no drive, so the volume was incredibly low. So that was really the primary issue with your direct output volume problem. And also, this is also related to the volume control for your fixed filters. And so that was an issue. The other problem was that you had this intermittently popping noise in your circuit. And what I actually found was you had like 3 problems, and they're all different kind of relations. The first problem was that this 4051s were okay, but the socket they were in, which are these guys right here, these are bad about failing, these little white sockets. So I replaced them with a good set of sockets, and just temporarily I put your 4051s back in it. They will be getting new 4051s as part of the restoration. But that took care of that issue. The next thing was actually in Vox Humana mode. You had all this really bad noise, and it was just popping and making all kind of horrible noise. And what I found was you had some bad wiring. So what I actually did was desolder all these wires here and go in and clip all the wires and just retrim them and put them back in and resolder, and took care of that issue. As well as you had a bad problem down here. Actually, I got this board just floating down here. This is the Vox Humana voice, or the filter card, which is the one I actually replicated for the 280a Polymoog. This card here had a cracked solder joint on the connector, so I actually just ended up pulling this whole connector out, cleaning it up, and retinning the jacks, put it back in, and it flowed solder perfect. So all that's working now, and as you can hear, all notes are working, all presets are working. Just go through a few. So that was piano, honky tonk. There's brass. There we go. So you can hear they're all working. I'll go here and show you that all notes are working. We'll start at the high end of the keyboard. So you can hear they're all working. All notes are working, and your fixed filters are now working, which I'll go here. The only time you hear these fixed filters is when you go to main out. So if we go here, now we're in main out. And now you actually got to use this volume slider here. And this is where you hear the actual ladder filter, which is right here, the Moog transistor ladder filter for a few presets. And here's that nasally kind of tone that I replicated on the 280a filter I built. So that's preset 1, preset 2. Preset 4. Something like that. 5. Harpsichord. And here's where you hear the Moog ladder filter. It's actually a little different circuit. It's just a fixed for a certain preset. So 9 and 10 are the only presets that use the ladder filter. As you can hear. So you get something like that. There's vibes. And that's it through the fixed filter banks. Turn that back down. We'll go back to the direct output here. And you also got a brass section. I'll show you that too right quick. I'm sorry, the bass section, not brass. This little filter here. So if we go back here, we go here, you'll only hear it on the low end. It doesn't affect any other octaves, as you can see. But your low end, now see if I can get this cranked up. It's almost like the stage of a resonator in the 203A, almost. Not quite as tweakable. So you got something like that. When you actually combine the outputs, this thing really shines. The only thing is always wished about the 280A is if they would have put a mixer section like they had on the 203A, because that really would make this thing a heck of a lot better. Go here. Now we're back in direct out. And of course you'll hear that when the filter's engaged, you won't hear anything on the low end until I disable it. And of course I got all this working. To forgive my playing. I'm playing with my hand I don't usually use for chords and stuff here. So anyways, all that's working. Your attack works. So things are coming together here for you, Gary. Next step is I'm going to actually pull everything apart. That's the next task, and I'm going to pull the key bed, rebuild the keyboard, clean the interface, pull the sliders out of the interface, clean all the sliders, pull the lower motherboards, clean them, wash the chassis underneath, because you can see it gets a little bit of grittiness in it, you know, just from age. But it'll clean up real nice and it'll look really good and play really good once I'm 100% complete with it. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you a little update for anybody else that's been following the Garry video. And thanks very much for watching. And Garry, thanks again for letting me service your Polymoog here and restore it for you. But I'll have some more updates for all of you guys soon. Take care.